In this video, I want to go over whether or not Batman is wrong. Before I begin, if you enjoy this type of content, make sure to like and subscribe. Now for this specific video, I want to focus on Batman's rule of no killing, and if he's wrong for it in terms of actually making an impact on crime in Gotham City. This rule stems from the traumatic event of witnessing the death of his parents at a young age, and not wanting to become like the person who caused this trauma, a killer. It could also be, in some part, a true belief in rehabilitation, but it's most likely a very small amount. His current tactic is to incite fear by beating the shit out of villains as a reminder for them and for any others that if they keep doing this, it'll end badly. It's obviously illegal to perform vigilantism, however the corruption of the GCPD and their lack of action have given Bruce Wayne a reason to be Batman. His brand of justice can be considered a form of utilitarianism. This is a philosophy where an action or type of action is right if it tends to promote happiness/pleasure, and wrong if it tends to produce unhappiness/pain, not just for the performer, but also for everyone else affected. Basically, the consequences of an action are what matters, not the intention, and the action is good in the case when it's a net positive to everyone, not just you. In line with this definition, it includes possible illegal actions or sacrificial actions, like Batman's form of justice, or the toll it takes on his body, mind, and relationships to be the Caped Crusader, is considered good as long as he's making Gotham better in the long run. I consider this philosophy a neutral, just like nihilism, where the importance is on who's using it, how they're using it, why they're using it, etc. The reason being is that it can be easily perversed, with a study from the National Library of Medicine on utilitarian judgment showing varying results, none which reflect impartial concern for the greater good, with the first study in a business context showing clear ethical transgressions and subclinical psychopathy. The second study showing their decision influenced by self-interest, and the last two studies showing no clear association in terms of sacrificial dilemmas for the greater good. Batman, intentionally or not, follows this philosophy to some extent, and in the case of the philosophy, he is wrong in his method of crime fighting, because while the act of beating up thugs for small crimes, like POV, you're jaywalking in Gotham at night, or a more serious crime in comparison, like robbery, assault, murder, etc., can provide an overall effect on the criminal population of Gotham to reduce their activities. But it seems to have little to no effect on the supervillains that also inhabit Gotham City, and an argument could be made do way more damage in short instances. Now, this doesn't mean that the iconic supervillains all need to be executed, as there is a possibility of giving them a variety of treatments, using modern medicine of the DC universe, or more unconventional methods like the use of magic or alien tech to help cure or at least control their actions to a degree that they no longer cause harm. However, even that statement can be misinterpreted, as it's an extremely fine line where too much of it could turn into the Injustice universe, for example. As such, it would require extensive research into both the character in question, along with research, tests, and trials of possible cures or medicines to help them first, and do so wholeheartedly and without emotional bias. A good example is the Joker, an extremely cruel supervillain whose insanity seems to have no cure. With the White Knight version, he does revert back to Joker in the end and is shot by the Harley Quinn, or when the Martian Manhunter uses his powers to try and cure him, it was only temporary. As such, if locking him up doesn't work and he can't be cured, it might be better to just eliminate him for the greater good. Now, this type of change in Batman's moral code will be difficult due to the trauma that already exists, but there are versions of Batman that have killed, usually indirectly, such as the choice to not save Ra's al Ghul in Arkham Knight, which implies heavily that he'll die, the death of Johnny Quick for the greater good, the death of the Joker in The Dark Knight Returns Part 2, where he doesn't finish the Joker off, but the injuries he sustains are unlikely to recover from, or even with Aliens in the Justice League cartoon, where he reverses the ion charge of the alien device, causing the sun to appear, which is deadly towards them, but he had no qualm in doing so. In conclusion, morally, it might be dangerous for Batman, depending on the version in question, as it can further mentally affect him, or not, like the Dark Knight Returns version, or the Batman starring Robert Pattinson, who both continue their crusade. But in terms of eradicating or at least greatly reducing crime in Gotham City, his actions, while effective currently as both Bruce Wayne and as Batman, could be more so in terms of utilitarianism if he chose to eradicate certain supervillains as a last resort. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you wish to support the channel, you can do so by hitting the join button for $2.99 a month.